I know you want to believe that if you show sympathy and empathy to whatever your woman does, that she's going to appreciate that. But if you believe that, homie, you a fool. So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. POA. There's a former Ohio State Buckeye quarterback, Terelle Pryor, man, and I was pulling for that guy, man, because I really thought that in the right system, he could be a quarterback in the league, and that's just me wishful thinking for black quarterbacks, I believe. But he ended up being converted to wide receiver and actually ended up being a fairly productive wide receiver to be switching from the quarterback position. And, was able to build a career, a decent career. There are guys who were more talented than him who fizzled out faster than he did. So career-wise, man, he had a respectable career, considering. But with women, just like the majority of these professional athletes, man, he was terrible. He was horrible. He was a simp. So he was kicking it with this chick, Shalea Briston. And this was his girl. They were kicking it. But of course, the relationship was extra toxic. So she ended up jugging him in the chest a few times, man. I'm talking about jugging him in the chest. Like, literally, man, I believe she was trying to off the cat. And just like the simp he is, man, and so many of you guys are like this, he didn't want the girl to go to jail. Why? Because she's a broad. I don't want to be the one responsible for it. I don't want to go to jail. So he did all kinds of things. Might have even done some incriminating things himself, withheld a little bit of information, wouldn't testify against her, didn't want to press charges against her, didn't want the chick to go to jail, bailed her out of jail, did all kinds of things, man. And you would think that a woman would appreciate that if you're a beta male simp mangina. But what she did when the shoe was on the other foot, when the roles were reversed, so to speak, lets you know that a woman's mindset is, what have you done for me lately? And by lately, I mean 5 minutes ago. How soon a woman forgets everything you do that's done under the guise of being the quote-unquote loving man, the in-love man, the beta male simp mangina. All a woman appreciates is the things you make her work for. And I keep telling you men this over and over, but you continue to give these women things they don't earn and then think they're going to appreciate you for it. No, they're going to view you the same way you should be viewing yourself. What kind of fool am I? Now, she tried to, she jugged this dude in the chest, man. Somebody hit you in the chest, bro. They trying to off you, man. But he took her back, got a reduced time. She didn't do no time in jail, and he stayed with the bro. Let me tell you something, man. There's a certain level of disrespect a woman has for you if she even views you as the type of man that she'll put hands on. Anytime you've ever seen a woman put hands on a man, it's because there's a certain level of respect line that she is willing to cross, that he has shown her it's okay to cross. And a lot of times it starts with verbal abuse. Man, you let a woman say something crazy to you, man, any type of verbal abusive thing, calling you out of your name, doing anything like that, raising a voice at you, shouting on you like you're a kid. You let a woman get away with those type of things, man, then things are going to get physical at some point. She's going to put hands on you. And what this guy has done is let this woman feel like, okay, whatever you were feeling, whatever your emotional state was, okay, I'll be the punching bag for that. And you can do me however you want to do me, and I'm okay with that. And so many of you men are okay with that these days. Let a woman just respond however she want to respond, treat you however she want to treat you, and you're okay with that. But here's what happened. Now, here's a man that kept a woman, let a woman get away with maybe not murder, but attempted murder. And here she is. When the role is reversed, he threw pumpkins at her because she didn't want to leave the club. Ah, man, she want that boy to go to penitentiary. Press all counter charges, then get his time reduced. Don't want to not let him go to jail. She wants to punish him. You know why? Because whenever you're being a simp, a woman loses love for you, homie. If the woman had any love for you, the more you simp, the more love she loses for you. And that's real talk. Even if you're a guy who's in a relationship with a woman, man, and y'all supposed to be monogamous, and you cheating on her, and then you act a damn fool whenever you think she's cheating on you, man, she views you as a simp. Anytime that you either let a woman abuse you or you dish something out that you can't take and you get all emotional, anytime you allow emotion to govern you, that woman will lose respect for you. I don't care what it is. When it comes, now, let's grant it. I will say this. I'm talking about the emotion of love, the emotion of being in love, the emotion of compromising and sacrificing. Man, women do not appreciate the sacrifices you make for them. How many different ways do I have to tell you this? Do I have to call in my guys from other countries and let them tell you this in different languages so you men can understand that a woman does not appreciate when you make sacrifices for her, especially when you sacrifice yourself, because she knows there's a feminine state of mind. First of all, if a woman try to offer you, why are you taking her back? See, this is what I be talking about, this voodoo stuff going on out here. The only way a man would do that, man, in his right mind is if he been voodooed, man. Obviously, the man ain't nuts. He went to college, went to the pros. He was able to grasp football systems and both of those. He was able to, to go to class in college. The man isn't just off like that, man. This is that voodoo priestess stuff, man. For all we know, she ain't really touch him. She poked a voodoo doll in the chest and jugged him up. But when you put yourself in a situation, man, where a woman feel like she can do whatever she wants to do with no consequences and repercussions, and the greatest consequences and repercussions you can give a woman is to leave her alone. That's the best thing you can do. No matter what man you are, the best thing you can do for yourself and the greatest consequence you can give a woman is to cut her off. But when you feel like you're not a man and you feel like she has the value and she's the prize, you feel like cutting her off hurts you more than it hurts her. How can a man believe that leaving a woman hurts more than the woman jugging him in the chest? Listen, bro, a woman can hit you anywhere. She can jug you on the arm, anywhere. But in the chest, that is a, man, I'm sick of you being here. I'm sick of you being alive move, bro. That's a woman who doesn't care if you live or die. No, why would you put yourself in that type of situation? This dude's an NFL player, man. Dude about 6'4", 6'5". Huge. So when guys be jumping in the comments talking about, man, you act like you're more masculine than, some fighter or something like that. Hey, man, being a fighter don't make you masculine. Girls fight too. Kids fight. Kids start fighting in kindergarten. Even younger than that. Masculinity is a mental state of being. You can be as physically gifted if you want to, but that don't make you masculine. That just means that you put your body through the things that your testosterone would respond to and make you muscular. That don't mean nothing. That don't make you masculine. If your mindset isn't masculine, then you're going to be in a situation like this. You're going to be in a situation like Will. You're going to be in a situation like D-Wade. You're going to be in a situation like Russell. Because no matter what you say or what you think, we have never heard anything about Savannah James doing any of these things. None of the attention seeking, none of the things that are going on, we've never heard her do that. Why? Because regardless of what you want to say about LBJ, when he's in his household, his wife understands he's the man. You understand what I'm saying? She understands that. When a woman around me, she understands that I'm the man. The majority of you men out here understand what it means to be a man. But not the overwhelming majority. I'm talking about we like 51% to 49%, and the simps are catching up. Why? Because men believe that they can't do better than the woman they have. Why? Because they never done better than the woman they have. If you didn't get no women until you got money, you're going to have a problem like this. Maybe not to this extent, but if you couldn't get no women until you got money, it's going to show, because your interaction with women is going to look like a man who is not used to having women around. It's going to look like a man who has some type of angst about finally getting women. Now he want to stick it to the women who dissed him in the past. You can see guys like this everywhere. And many of these professional athletes did not have women until they got money. They didn't, unless they just had that same one woman. But a lot of these guys didn't have women until they got money. And it shows, because all of the things that they were taught growing up in a single mother household without a father figure or a man to lead them into the rites of masculinity, they never had any of the rites of passage into masculinity. So now they come in and they get money. First thing they want to do is wife up the first woman that makes them feel like she's interested. Well, guess what? Everybody's interested in you when you get money. And these guys end up getting attached to the wrong type of chicks. They cut themselves off from the women who really, really were into them before they had anything. Because you got this supermodel IG thought image that these guys feel like it's the best thing you could have. Yeah, it looks good with everything that glitter and gold. You hear me? Stop allowing yourself to be put in a position where a woman feels like dominating you is her rite of passage. Where she feels like dominating you is her job and you're paying her very well for it. Where she feels like being the man is something you can't do. So she has the freedom to be both the man and the woman in the situation. Because you will end up dominated. And putting yourself on Front Street in public like this as a true beta male simp mangina. Never let a woman mistreat you. Never let a woman dog you out. Never let a woman cause you pain and then you invite her back in and say, cause me pain again. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Welcome to the alpha sphere. Get money division. The place where you transform into a man on a mission.